Hello, thank you for clicking on my video. My name is Lady Ina, and today we will be doing the bosses on Astraeos. I'm not going to do the medical because that's pretty basic. Um, so yeah, you don't get a. So I'm going to just do the Medusa, the Cyclops, and the Hydra. First, we're going to do the Medusa. The minimum survival is level 30, and it requires the artifact, the Hunter, the Clever, and the Massive. I these Rexes are just the 150. They're not imprinted. So if you just find them in the wild and just tame them, I do have 60 antidotes and then 100, a little bit over 100, 163 med brews, arrows for my compound bow, and I just have 2 swords. So okay, so this boss is fairly simple. I do have 20 Rexes. We can go that way. Nope, I do not need map. I'm gonna just switch them through. I do not have any Daedons. So normally you go with Daedons and like usually better Rexes, but oh, it works. And you just bring them to the middle. She was summoned in bats. We're going to do aggressive. We're going to do aggressive. And she will do the scream. And she was stunning. I do prefer Wexes on this one because if you do get stunned like I just did, you automatically are still on a damage, not on the ground. And they are doing pretty nice work on her. Like I said, these Rexes. And she's dead. Like I said, these Rexes are pretty, like Roxanne, no imprint or anything. She will also summon like bats and all that, like you saw. So that's why I would say get the antidotes on that one if you want to do harder. So you get for Gamma, you just get her head. That's the one I'm riding on. So yeah, so not too bad damage. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. Like I said, these are just box 150s. I just spawn in. So, and usually the beta and alpha are the same. So yeah, that one was pretty easy. Just go ahead, attack. And then she was down, and then you do have bats. And that's why I do recommend the antidotes. Especially on like the harder levels, like especially the alpha, you do need the antidotes on the alpha. Okay, And all my Rexes are doing pretty good. They should do. They should be ready for the next fight. I can reach it. I might not be able to reach it. Okay. I have to. You guys sideways. Should be able to reach it. So the next is the Widowmaker. So that one is the Gamma. So that one is we crowd level 45. And then the artifacts, you need the Devile, the Boot, and the Bag. So let's get that one. And then I will show the trophies after. Now this one I recommend just you don't really need the antidote on this one. I just recommend those bird brew, the medic brews. And on this one you do need the bow and arrows because you will have to shoot the eye before your dinos can take any damage. So let me just ride on this one and he comes charging in. And he does do a lot of damage. And you see how they're doing only 7 damage? So hop off. And try not to get hit by it. You do need something to try to hit eyes on him. It is possible. Have one. Oh, okay. Okay, let's try this again. I did increase the levels. It's still not out. I did win the Snapple. So that's when it's good, when you see that blue. So I would recommend bringing a snapper because it was so much easier with the snapper then. And just have one wax set in the back. So this one is a little bit more difficult than the Medusa. So that's how you defeat that boss. It did not look like he summoned anything. He just did that. So with that, you get the Cyclops and 200 element. And we're going to just wait for time to cut down. Yeah, I did do like 180. So, and they do have ascended saddles. I just spawned in some ascended saddles. So that way. So yeah, that one is a little bit difficult. I would recommend probably getting loot and maybe implant that. So let's turn this one. Okay, so now we're going to do the Hydra. The generate unbuckling banner. So this one is okay. So it's basically the dragon that it unlocks. You need the artifact of the immune, the strong, the skyload, and the cunning, and you have to be a level 90 to do this one. Medical, like I said, I'm not doing this one. So you will get like the tech incomes on this one. Um, so you need the destroyer and the gatekeeper, and then you also need two fire talents, the lightning and poison, and the artifact of the gray. And that one you do have to be level 55 for the gamma. And then the beta, you need a level 90 for the Hydra, and you can pause the screen. The medical is 70, the Cyclops is 65, and the Medusa is 50. And you can pause. So then here's the Alpha. The Medusa is level 70. And then the Cyclops will be 85. Then the Manticore will be 95. And then here's the Hydra. And you need it to be a level 90. So the same as the beta. Okay, so it's just the same requirement level. Okay, going through it. Oh, and my gun that I used was this one. It was a 207. Just copy click on wax. Go that way. I know it does spit bubbles and it breathes fire. It does do blinded. So it breathes fire. So okay, so it's just like a dragon. Okay, so it does ice. The one of them does ice. Breathes in my Rexes. One does poison, and I'm guessing I would probably recommend a gas mask then. What does blinded do? You said blinded, okay. This one has 500k health. So this is like so far the hardest one to do. Yeah, even with the good Cytos, my Rexes are still getting quite hard. So it does not summon anything. At least the Gamma. I can check out the Alpha real quick. I'm gonna go into GMC and check out the Alpha because yeah, a lot of them took a lot of damage on Gamma. I mean, granted, these are not imprinted at all, so let's get it before the time runs out. But yeah, so that one by far is the most difficult one. Oh, these are for my other Rexes that just died. Okay. So yeah, you get 220 element and 1 snake. And I do not have a tribe tile up, so if you do have a tribe tile, you will, of course, if you have it full max, you get like the bonus element. So far I like this arena. It has the baskets and the guy, the statue, and it has water. Is this actual water? It is. Okay. So you can bring spanners in and one over here and get a water buff with the spinos. So that could be a viable option. Okay. I'm going to do the Medusa fight one more time so I can get the boss, the little trophy. Very nice. Okay. Thank you very much. Wexes. Now I have my. I just put a Tupperware thing so I can put the trophies. Excellent. So let's do the Medusa. I don't get any flakes. So that's the Medusa. And here's the Cyclops. Very nice, very nice. And the which just looks like a snake. Okay. Which is pretty good. So yeah, so that is going to be the it on how to beat the bosses. I hope you do find it good, helpful. So that way you can kind of know what to expect. So the one you can get away with like just basic. You don't need any imprinted. But for the Cyclops, for the Medusa, you don't need any imprinted. But for the Cyclops, I would recommend at least imprinted and like the best stats. And then for the Hydra, definitely put some mutations. Have Rexes that in some mutations so that way they're good. And then for the Hydra, I would also recommend getting like good saddles. Maybe bring a data too. Um, but yeah, so thank you for watching my video and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye.